At least that's who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became the victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Everyone has forgotten my birthday. Now I am nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I am stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out like any other day. Have you heard? Another person was cursed. I am on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sounds of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. I know, right? That's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful. You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated. No. Voldemort doesn't take credit for that. We're sorry, Your Highness. As can only be expected from the likes of them. Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. And Jill would be better off without the dead weight. If it were up to Mother, the cursed would have been banished from Angelel the instant they fell prey to it. But Mother is not here anymore. And she will not come back, ever. Princess, the king and queen are waiting in the dining hall. I am on my way. The king, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Good morning, Lucette. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Lucette. Lucette, Ophelia. Ophelia wouldn't sub. Every day I wonder what my father, the king, married the lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite to me. Ron, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual. He is 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with. But his older sister... My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. Yeah, sure. Here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you, Lizette. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Rod's elder sister. She acts as if we are blood, as if she too were born a princess. As if she could be crowned princess. Perhaps steal my place. I will never let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Emmy, you were reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you? Oh yes, there are so many and they are so wonderful. Thank you so much, Father. I am happy that you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. Huh? But why? They are such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Lizette? The atmosphere shifts. The air in the room grows heavy. I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their downfall. Have you any idea what you are talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Angelo. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone, and so I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angel after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about. Leave my mother out of this! Dear, please. Lizette, darling, your father didn't mean to. I am not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Lizette, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother! I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I am done. Excuse me. My father and I have never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. Okay. My father, the king, he treats Emmy and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children. Better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. Maybe she was cursed. Why the sour face so early in the morning, princess? Let me guess. It's the king, the queen, or Princess Emmy. Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Aidan, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caladria. His father, Sir Alacaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alacaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room then. Thank you. Princess? Yes? You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. Why is that of any importance? Still, I do hope to see your smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It has been 2 days since the king issued the order. Lizette, I would like you to accompany Emmy on one of her town outings. Surely you could send maids with her instead. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister. Stepsister. She is your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emmy outside. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you have locked yourself in your room. You barely leave your room. Angel was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angel really is. Luzette, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmy and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. Is that an order? If it needs to be. Are we clear? Luzette? Understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him to check in on the people after the Great War had ended. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here. Princess, are you alright? It won't be that bad. The town folks are good people here. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. Delora, do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? I wish you could talk to me, you and the others. My dolls are my only friends. They are the only ones I can trust. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. They will always be there for me. So, that is clearly a ripoff. That looks like Belle. And then there's Princess and the Frog lady. Not sure that one. That one's definitely Cinderella, though. Let's see. Whatever. That doesn't matter. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic. It was almost as if she was breathing. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. Only started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations. But every year at midnight, a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I had been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. A card with the words, "I love you," on it, signed by M. The cards would tell me to keep these celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she cared. In her own way. The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness. The king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I am on my way. I will see you later, Delora. Oh. Good morning, Your Highness. Sir Mithros. Sir Mithros, the royal advisor. Father trusts him a great deal, just like he does Sir Alacaster. Every day you look more and more like your mother. I sometimes find Sir Mithros talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There's something about him that puts me on edge. Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until our next meeting, dear princess. Your Majesty? Lucette, are you ready? You will enjoy this, Lucette. I've heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better. You will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Angelo, about all subjects. I will not learn anything I do not already know. Why do you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good? Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other just to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. You do not see clearly, Lucette. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. I believe I am already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I have seen that there is no good in you. Burn! Lucette, where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then, I'd been overflowing with grief and pain. I had just lost my mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe then he would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months, had barely even heard his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty. I know that I've hurt you. I know that there is nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. In the end, they still matter more to him than I ever did. Lucette, enough. I already said I will go. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Lucette, it will be okay. How can you be so sure? Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emmy. I would not disobey an order from the king. Excuse me. Hello, how can I help? Veronica! Princess Emmy! How good to see you! I trail Emmy, ignoring her as she embraces her friend. I glance around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. I cannot understand why Emmy insists she buy gifts for her friends here. I cannot believe I am outside the palace. There's no need to be so intense, Princess. I would never let anything happen to you. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself. You ask the impossible of me. There is no need to be formal, Veronica. I'm still the same as I was. Oh yes, Rod's come along as well. It's been a while, Veronica. It's good to see you again too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness, the Crown Princess Lucette. The look on Vio's face as she takes a step back from me is fear. My apologies for being so rude. Your Highness, good morning. And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Sir Alacaster's son. It is a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Oh, you're Sir Fitzgerald. You really are as handsome as Emmy described in her letters. I'm sorry. Please don't mind her, Sir Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Emmy. Right. So, what brings you all the way here? Oh, I'm here to get some toys. Gifts for some new friends. Toys? From here? Are you sure? Of course I am! I cross my arms. I would prefer if we finish this errand as quickly as possible. Huh? Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Princess? I can barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace. Good morning. Up until this point, I had always considered Mother to be the fairest beauty in the land. The lady that walks in proves me wrong. Her beauty is mesmerizing and clearly without peer. Everyone in the shop is instantly staring. Oh, you're early today, ma'am. I have some important errands to run later today. Are the items ready now? Oh, of course. Let me go and fetch them for you. I'll just be one moment, Emmy. Why is she smiling at me? Here you are, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, that lady was beautiful. Right? Any girl standing next to her becomes hopelessly ugly by comparison. Who is she? She's new around here. Some say that she's a fairy. A fairy. Fairies have saved Angie from the witches 4 years ago. Everyone considered them our saviors. And yet the fairies are still unable to stop the fairy tale curse from spreading. Here you go. Thank you so much. No, thank you, Veronica. I hope to drop by again soon. Good. I'll look forward to seeing you again. I hope to see you again soon as well, Rod. Likewise. Leaving the palace was a bad idea. While I am out, I am the center of attention. Some townsfolk point and stare at me. Most, however, make a point of avoiding me, like I am a plague. There are some spiteful stares, but thankfully none are as nearly as intense as they were 4 years ago. I'm sure the townsfolk are only surprised to see you again after so many years. Right. Fritz and Rod lag behind us, which leaves only Emmy walking beside me. I cannot decide which is worse, the staring or her company. Oh, Lizette, look, a street performer. It's been so long since I last watched one. Street performance? Good day, everyone. My name is Waltz, and I'm here to spread some happiness and magic. The boy named Waltz snaps his fingers, and colorful flower petals start to rain down from the sky. Isn't that pretty, Lucette? And are those the princesses over there? It is an honor to have you in attendance. Please accept this humble gift. He snaps his fingers, and white lilies appear in his hand. Oh, thank you! The boy looks at me, as if expecting some kind of reaction. When he gets nothing from me, he sighs and gives me a wry smile. I hope to see you again during my next show. We'll definitely try. He gracefully bows before moving back into his area to perform more magic tricks for a gathering crowd. There are performers like this all around Angel. I love them. Maybe someday we'll get to see some musicians too. Those are my favorite. I do not intend to leave the palace again. But you don't like it out here? Rod and I grew up here. I love Angel, and this is my favorite part of the kingdom. I wanted to share this with you, Lizette. I know you didn't really want to come here, but you still tag along. That means a lot to me, so thank you. I did not do this for you. I am only here because the king ordered me to go with you. I just want us to be closer, Lizette. I would like to try and be your friend. I do not want or need your friendship. No matter how you act around me, we are not and will never be sisters. I'd take care to remember that if I were you. But Rod suddenly grabs my hand, pulling me away from Emmy. Stop. He is staring daggers at me. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him angry. Rod, don't... Let me go. Both of you ought to stay away from me. I feel the heavy atmosphere as I turn to look at the people staring at us. Their expression mirrors the look of disdain I saw years ago. Anger, disgust, hatred. I begin to walk away. Princess, wait! Don't follow me. That's kind of his job. Princess! I adjust my cloak, making sure my face is hidden from you. I never should have left the palace. As I walk around, I watch the people bumbling down the streets. So carefree. They work so hard for so little reward. They could work their entire lives and never have a fraction of what I have. True story. And yet, they are happy. And I heard a niece lost her job at the palace. It's true, Crown Princess Lucette made sure the poor girl was fired. I stop in my tracks at the mention of my name. Not again. A niece? Was that the name of that one maid that tore Dolores' dress? If so, my decision to fire was justified. A palace maid cannot be clumsy. Why should I tolerate poor performance? What did I do that was wrong? I know that Anise. Hard-working, big-hearted, very good with medicine. Shame her she lost her job so quickly. You know how hard the crown princess is to please. My friend at the palace says she doesn't even smile, only goes around with that cold look on her face. That's probably why they call her the Ice Princess. Elsa? Ice Princess? So all those times I heard the servants saying that. I always suspected they were talking about me. She's the complete opposite of Princess Emmy. That child's an angel. We all know she should be crown princess. Annoyance begins to simmer inside me. I cannot stand hearing anymore, so I walk away. Ever since Evie entered my life, I am always being compared to her, and now I have become second best. I am Lucette Riel Breton, daughter of King Gennaro Britain III, and the crown princess of the kingdom of Angel. I am of royal blood. She has nothing. There you are. Princess, you must come back with me. It is getting too late for you to remain outside. Princess? Are you alright? Are you hurt? I brush him off and turn away. No need to fuss. Let us return to the palace. Leaving the palace was physically and mentally draining. My bed is welcoming to my unusually heavy body. I turn my head and meet Dolores' glassy gaze from where she sits on my shelf. I left the palace today, Delora. It was the same as all those years ago. Everyone looked at me like I was... What have I ever done to deserve those looks? How can I be so hated? Ice Princess. I wish Mother was here. I look at the smiling faces of my dolls. At least I still have all of you. I yawned. Stretch my arms. Good night, Delora. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Singing, but who? Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I blink my eyes open, only to see Delora sitting right in front of me on my bed. Moonlight spills across her delicate features. How I wonder who you are. Wasn't she on the shelf with all the other dolls when I went to bed? Did... Laura? It's almost time. I pinch my cheeks to make sure I am not dreaming. It hurts. Only 10 minutes before the clock strikes 12. I hope you're ready, Princess. What? My doll just turned into a human being. How? Who are you? You know who I am. I've been watching you since the day your father gave me to you. What is happening? I don't think I have ever been so confused in my life. All the answers will come with time, but right now I am here to give you something, Princess. No. Is this Cinderella's very own glass slipper? It is beautiful, too beautiful. Then a realization begins to dawn on me. You're a witch! Smart girl. I knew you'd figure that out eventually. Now it's time to say goodbye to your precious crown. What? Hi, babe. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Hey! Wake up, girl! Huh? What? Where am I? Oh, my head. You have some nerve sleeping in front of my shop. Leave before a customer sees you. I was in my room. How am I here? Did you not hear what I said, you filthy child? Filthy? You would speak to your crowned princess in such a manner? If you're the crowned princess, then I'm the queen. You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand delusions. I am not delusional. I am Lucette Riel Breton, blood daughter of the King Gennaro Breton III, and I am the crowned princess of Angela. Right, the king never had a daughter with that witch. Is she referring to Mother? Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl. So the CD reduction thing, I'm pretty sure it means you can pet the pet thing. I might actually just get rid of the live pet, since it seems like you and the pet are the only things in the stream right now. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it's cooldown reduction. So yeah, cooldown reduction for petting the pet. So you can level it up faster, I suppose. Anyways, our good king has only stepchildren, and you are most definitely neither of them. What's... Now get gone before you go spouting your crazy gibberish at my customers and scare them away. With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I'm wearing tattered clothes and that I do not even have shoes on. No, no, no! This cannot be happening! Something shines against my chest and I reach up to grab it. It all floods back to me. Delora being a witch. Cinderella's glass slipper. This is not a dream. Delora gave me the fairy tale curse. My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king. Let me in! Sorry, girl, but this palace is off limits to uninvited guests. Hold on, I gotta put this on pause and go turn on the air. So, hold on. Alright, I am back. Oh, thank you. Thank you, babe. You do not understand. I am Crown Princess Lisette Riel Breton. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I am addressing him by title. You best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only make way for the king. The gates swing open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses, while the last horse has a different, familiar rider. Father! I immediately move to block the path of his horse. The soldiers move to hold me back. Your Majesty! What is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter. Daughter? Both of my stepchildren are in the palace right now. What? Even father is a part of this? Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me. Tell me, where's your family, child? Why are you all alone? He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He's looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. I recoil. You must be hungry. Take this. This should feed you and your family for a day or two. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. I do not want your pity, Father. Please escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, Your Majesty. I watch as my father and his 2 guards ride away on their horses, leaving me to stand in their dust. He left me alone. Again. Where's your home, girl? There is nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me. Now look here, our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself, can't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl. I watch with bleary eyes as the soldiers return to the palace. How can this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I am nothing more than a piece of garbage. Or the fact that my own father does not recognize me. Oh, look at that girl's hideous dress. How difficult it is to be poor. Alright, Alright, bye, Beeb. I'll see you later. But thanks for watching. I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping that when I open them next, everything will be back to normal. A dream? No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will only ever hurt you, but they are always so nice to me. That's only because you are the crown princess. They will only ever think of what they can take from you. I am trying to protect you, my love. That is why you must never leave the palace. Never leave, mother. I am the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand? I understand. When I open my eyes, I am still on the streets. I must have fallen asleep. But the nightmare continues. I am cold in my rags. I hold myself for warmth, willing some of the cold away, but fail. My feet are numb and in pain, caked in dirt that I have gathered from walking barefoot around town. Well, there's a frightful sight. Beggar probably thought she could try her luck with the nobility that live around here. Just look at how ragged she looks. What are you looking at? At two women that lack the basic manners of a noble upbringing. Silence, girl. Do you know who you're talking to? No, and I don't care. What nerve? Let's just go. There's no reason to stoop to a commoner's level. I will remember you. Once I break this curse, I will make you regret your words. I become acutely aware of the fact that I have not eaten anything for almost a day. I've been sitting here thinking on the new mess that is my life. But moping around here will not break my curse. Crying will not help either. True story. I should find that witch first. But how? I have no idea where she is. Delora, I swear I will make you regret doing this to me. When I find you, I will find food first. Is this all the king thinks I am worth? Leave, girl. A dirty peasant like you has no place in this restaurant. But why? I can pay. Find another place. You're scaring away my customers. Am I not a customer? Shoo! There is nothing for you here. You just swatted me away like a fly. The nerve. Sensing that this will get me nowhere, I ball my hands into fists and walk away. I get the same treatment at the next 3 restaurants. I try. I am treated as something less than dirt. Like my money has no real value. I am the crown princess. They have no right to turn me away like this. I've been eating stale bread, anything to keep the hunger at bay. The bread barely helps. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bakery. There are croissants on display that make my mouth water. My feet ache with every step. They look and feel even worse than before. If only I had enough coins for a pair of shoes. But food is more important. If the rags that I am wearing and the pouch of money are all that I have, then I need to prioritize. And I will die before I beg. 2 croissants. You'll need to pay, girl. There are no free handouts here. I take a coin from my pouch and hand it to her. This should be more than enough. The shop owner stares at the coin, before reluctantly taking it. She hands me 2 croissants in a paper bag. I will not ask where you got those coins. Are you implying that I stole them? How else would a beggar like you get that amount of coin? Now be off with you, child. I won't have you scaring away my customers. Without another word, I turn and start to walk away from the woman. So this is the goodness of the people of Angelo. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness. Hey girl! What now? We saw you at that shop. Want to share how you got your coins there? Excuse me. Look at her, brushing us off like she's royalty or something. Let me go. You ain't no better than us. Now be a good girl and hand over that pouch. The man on my left grabs at my pouch and attempts to yank it away from me. I will not let these brutes take anything from me. I elbow the man in the stomach, then aim a kick at the other man's shin. I have an opening and I take it. Wah! I pull myself free and begin to run as fast as I can. Hey! Where do I go? I am not familiar with these streets at all. It's highly likely that I'm just going to hit a dead end.